Today I'm going to talk about what to do if you feel like you're losing your identity as a mom, losing your identity in motherhood. I hear that so often from clients who first come to me and really from people around the world. Because as mothers, we often prioritize our kids and our family and our spouses, our partners, our home, our work, our community. And we're advocating so much for others that we often lose track. We forget what it feels like to hear our own inner voices, our own needs, our own priorities. And if you're feeling this, the first thing is I want you to know you're not alone. This is so common. And again, it's because we are so actively and intensely dedicated to serving and advocating for others and putting our own needs aside that we often forget what are our needs, what are our priorities, how do we feel. So I'm going to talk about that a lot today. I do want to address first, I know you may notice some bruises and bandages on me, and people have been reaching out and asking me. So I do want to mention, as many of you know, I live in New York City, and I was walking along a street on 3rd Avenue a few days ago, and I tripped on a crack on the sidewalk, or as I describe it, a crack saw me, but I missed the crack, and the crack didn't want me to pass by without noticing it. So I ended up tripping on it and seeing it right close up on the floor. So I will say I am feeling okay. I did end up with some bruises, a little bit sore, but I am largely okay. And I truly appreciate people who've been reaching out. I really appreciate if you do reach out to me. People have been messaging me in the video. I know some people are going to write some comments underneath. Dr. Ellen, how are you feeling? Or I hope you're okay. And if you are watching this, I hope you'll do that because it will make me feel so good and so cared for as well. And I do want to reassure everybody that I am okay and I will be okay. I'm just temporarily a little bit bruised, a little bit sore, but I will be fine. So I want to move ahead and serve you and get back to our topic today, which is what to do when you feel you're losing your identity in motherhood. And again, it is so common. I hear that from so many moms. And again, it's because we advocate and prioritize the needs of so many others, our family, our kids, our schools, our home, our community, our work, that sometimes it's hard to feel and hear our own inner voice. Here are some of the comments that I've heard from mothers I've worked with. And I want to share that with you again so you know that you're not alone if you're feeling this. I've had mothers who say, I can't find myself anymore. I don't know what I like anymore. I got lost in being a mom. I can't hear myself anymore. I don't hear my voice. I miss the old me. She wants to get out. And another comment that I've heard, motherhood became my whole persona, my whole personality. So again, I'm sharing these because I want you to know if you've been feeling this, you are not alone. And because we serve so many people with so much time and energy and attention, we often feel depleted and short of energy ourselves. And when we feel depleted, it often lowers our ability, our energy to pay attention to ourselves because we're running so low as it is. So I want to give you, and I want this really to be a workshop where you start thinking of how you can start listening to your voice again, how you can start prioritizing yourself and advocating for your needs again. So I'm going to give you a few questions to think about. One is, what did you used to like to do before you became a mother? And I like to give examples for people to think about. So are there any types of sports or exercise that you liked to do? Hiking, running, yoga, dance, going to the gym, some type of working out. How about some type of art? Music, listening, or playing, or singing. Art in terms of painting or drawing, or museums, watching and looking at art. What about theater? Going to theater or concerts or shows? What about reading or journaling or magazines? What about self-rest, meditation, mindfulness? Or what about activity in community groups, social groups, or social service groups, or volunteer groups to help other people? These are many ideas that might spark some thoughts in your mind about what you liked to do before you became a mother and what you might like to try again. Second, think about, what do you see your friends doing that you think, wow, that looks like fun, I'd like to try that. So do your friends do artwork or a certain type of sport? Or are they involved in a community group that you think, wow, I think I could do that? So you might want to speak to a friend and say, I think I'd like to try that. Or I gave you a list of some areas. Take a look at that list and think about it. What do you think you'd like to try just to see if you like it? No commitment. Just to try it, like test driving a car. You're not buying the car, you're trying it to see what the experience feels like. If you love it, you might want to do it again. So think about some arts or sports, yoga or dance or relaxation. What might you like to try? Hiking, community groups. And next, think about who is your group or your community. Do you have a group of old friends who you know a long time, even before motherhood, that you'd like to socialize with again? Or do you have a group of new friends or neighborhood friends or a group of mothers? What can you consider yourself doing with them that will bring you enjoyment and joy? Dinner out, going for a hike, tennis, pickleball, hiking, running. Next, what makes you smile in life? What do you do? What makes you feel relaxed? What makes you feel special? What makes you smile? Think about these. Take a look at the list of activities I gave you and think about all of these areas that are potential areas. And specifically, I want you to answer one question. What do you want for yourself to enjoy that's not for your child or your family or your home or your work? What is just for you that makes you feel special? And you could really devote some time to that. I will say that when my daughter was really young, I love music. Those of you who know me well know that I am also a musician, a singer, songwriter. I do have my own YouTube channel for my music, for my singing and songs as well, which is just my name, Ellen Ettinger. And I have always loved singing, writing music, playing the piano, and singing along. When my daughter was a baby, I would sometimes put her in her little baby chair next to my piano, and I would play the piano and sing songs to her. And she learned to enjoy that when she was even a baby, an infant. When she got a little older, she would start to hum along and sing along. And that became an area that became something that we both enjoyed together. But I also always made sure that I had time on my own to write my music, to write it down, to record what I needed to. So I want you to think in the context of this as well. When you feel that you're losing your identity in motherhood, this is a work-life balance issue. And this is an example. When we talk about work-life balance and your needs for family and home and your needs for yourself, where the balance went totally out of balance, where your needs went totally or essentially ignored, and you're really giving total attention, effort, and time to everyone else and everything else. So again, when you find yourself in this situation, you need to answer some questions about what activities you enjoy, what bring you pleasure, help you feel rested and relaxed and satisfied. And you need to move that needle on that work-life balance so that you know that you are devoting time as well to yourself, or else you may end up feeling depleted. That is a road often to burnout for many women, and frustration and resentment because you're not having enough filling your cup, filling your energy, and helping you restore, relax, and re-energize. So again, this is a work-life balance issue. It is so important, but so common. I hear it from so many women who come to me as my clients, women that I meet and hear from around the country and around the world. Which is why I want you to know, first of all, that you're not alone if you feel this. And second of all, that there are some very straightforward, concrete steps you can take to heal that, to restore that sense of self, and to bring priority back, to bring attention and energy back to who you are, what's important to you, and to feeling you and hearing your voice once again. So if this is an issue for you, I really and truly encourage you to address it, to deal with it, to heal it and solve it, and to realize that it is part of a bigger work-life balance issue. If I can be of help to you to resolve any part of this, or to talk about work-life balance with you and give you suggestions, I would be happy to do that. I will put my calendar in the comments here later. So I will have a limited number of appointments for people to have the opportunity to speak with me. I love speaking to women in our group, and I've loved helping many of you find solutions to your issues. This is such a common issue. I know that there'll be numbers of people reaching out to me on this. So if it is something you'd like to speak to me about, make sure you do sign up for an appointment early so you don't get closed out. I do invite you to join us every week in our group. If you're joining in Facebook, every Sunday at 8 o'clock Eastern Time. And if you're watching this on YouTube, please hit like for the video and make sure that you do subscribe so you'll know when I come out with new trainings. And in all places where you'll see this, again, I will put my calendar in. I would love to help you find your identity again and restore your work-life balance so that you might go from feeling depleted or tired or unsatisfied or unhappy to feeling excited, motivated, and joyous again in your life. So let's talk soon.